Your feelings are your problem. I don't give a damn about them or you. I decline to take part in this struggle session, and I have nothing but contempt for anyone trying to drag me into it. During my time on the public stage, I have found myself thrown into the middle of some very dumb, very fake outrage cycles. But this week, I have experienced what surely is the dumbest and fakest one of all. Over the past several days, I have been attacked by both the left and even a fair number of people on the right for, as the story goes, posting a swastika on Twitter. Or as it has been put, including by this ostensibly right-wing account, I, quote, approvingly tweeted a swastika. Now, this is the narrative that various factions have decided to run with, the story that they're telling. Never mind the fact that the story is entirely made up. It didn't actually happen. What did happen is that a few days ago, I tweeted a point that you've heard me make many times, especially recently. I called out the PSYOP that has been conducted to convince white people that they aren't native to their own homeland, even if their ancestors have been here for dozens of generations. And somebody responded to that point that I made on X, and they responded and said this, quote, "These people are native to Europe, not the Americas or Africa. Sounds like you need to Google what the word native means." Now, accompanying that caption is a picture of 6 blonde white girls, which you can see here. And I responded to that, disagreeing with it, and I said this: people who look like that have been living in Americas for 5 centuries. If 5 centuries is not long enough to qualify as native, then how long do you need? If the answer is that your ancestors have to actually originate from the place, then nobody is native to anywhere. So where do you draw the line? So that's what happened. That's it, what you just saw. Now, you might be thinking, but wait a minute, where did you approvingly tweet a swastika in that exchange? Well, apparently, the picture posted by the other account, the one that I was arguing with, contains a hidden swastika that you can only see if you squint and hold the phone far away from your face. And I'm not joking, this is actually what people are mad about, okay? And now you might be thinking, wait a second. People are mad at you because someone else posted a picture with a hidden swastika that nobody can even see unless someone else tells them it's there? Well, yes, but also no. That's the genesis of this latest outrage cycle. It's why I've been attacked for 2 days straight. But no, they're not actually mad. Okay, nobody is mad. This is all a game they're playing. It's the game the outrage mob always plays. The game is to lie, defame, and smear until the target, me in this case, performs whatever self-debasing act of compliance they're demanding. And in this case, they have demanded repeatedly, many, many times, that I apologize and disavow and delete and deliver some kind of assurance that I am not, in fact, a Nazi. They're trying to force me into a struggle session. That's what this is all about. And we'll get back to that in a moment. But first, I want to show you how far this Matt Walsh posted a swastika story spread, and also how it spread, because I think this is a good case study in how these mobs operate and how they corner people into engaging in the struggle session. So it begins with tweets like this one from an account called Dreamleaf. She posted a screenshot of the hidden swastika picture along with a side-by-side of the same picture with the swastika drawn in red for reference. And the caption says, "I like how he pretended not to notice." Because it's so noticeable that she had to color it in red so people would notice it. And that tweet, by the way, has 10 million views and 25,000 likes. Lots of other accounts piled on. Most of them were leftist accounts, but also some on the right as well. Many people all claiming that I was sending out a Nazi dog whistle. They expressed concern. They were troubled. They needed me to explain myself. And pretty soon the narrative shifted. So they all agreed that after several hours of this and all the tweets and everything, pretty soon everyone seemed to agree that, well, even if I didn't see the swastika at first, I must see it now. And in order to prove that I'm not a Nazi, I have to delete it. But I didn't delete it, which was even more evidence against me. Large accounts like this one with over 100,000 followers declared that my refusal to delete is self-incriminating. So this guy wrote cryptically, "Matt Walsh's swastika post is still up. He knows." Soon other conspiracy theories started flying around, like this one. How can people not see a Nazi logo on a picture? You really have to be blind. And the thing about Matt is that I think this was already planned in advance. He wanted to get people talking about him. You know what they say, talk bad, talk nice about me, but just talk. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe this was all planned. Maybe I'm in cahoots with the other account. Maybe the other account is actually me. Who knows? Now, the only way to absolve myself of the charge is to come out and explicitly say that I'm not a Nazi and I'm sorry about the swastika and delete it. And if I don't do that, then anything is possible. These people have no choice but to assume the worst. But I still didn't delete it or apologize or issue any clarifying statement about my position on the Nazi party, so the dogpile continued. And soon it spread, as it always does, to other platforms like Reddit. One popular Reddit post with 4,000 upvotes sarcastically implies that I knowingly retweeted a swastika. All of the comments agree that this was a Nazi dog whistle on my part. The top comment with over 1,000 upvotes says this: you know, this popped up on his feed because it literally feeds him Nazi propaganda based on his interests, and he chows down. Right, the fact that a response to one of my tweets showed up in my feed is evidence that I have Nazi interests. That's the claim. And thousands of people agreed with it. Over on Facebook, a leftist account declared, Matt Walsh is retweeting swastikas. Hundreds of comments again agree that I must be a Nazi. There's no other explanation. Especially because I haven't deleted it and I haven't apologized. Needless to say, TikTok got in on the action. This guy wanted to let everybody know that he has visceral disgust and disdain for me and all these swastikas that I'm posting all over the place. Watch.
So Matt Walsh actually posted this. You might not see it, but look at the girls. You got going down this way, going up that way, going that way, and then you got down here, going up, going up, going up. Look long enough. You'll see it. Words cannot express the visceral disdain I have for Matt Walsh.
So he has to explain how to see the swastika. He invites you to stare closely at it and guides you through it so that you can see it. And yet he's sure, of course, that I did see it and that I replied to that guy's post as some sort of ploy to spread the Nazi message. This video that we'll play next has the same interpretation. He says that I've told everyone who I am, and they should believe me.
Fascist commentator, Matt Walsh. Perfect example of when people tell you who they are, believe them. Squint your eyes a little bit if you can't see it. I think I can see this from outer space.
Now, that guy is so upset that you'd think I tweeted a picture of something really personally offensive to him, like, a salad or a treadmill. Anyway, there's also this video, which we'll put up on the screen. In this one with over 700 likes, he points to the post and implies that my Nazi affiliations are now clear as day. The top comment says simply, Matt Walsh is a Nazi. And then there's another comment on this video with 70 likes that claims that I, quote, had a stage built in one of their symbols. Yes, I'm designing Nazi stages now. What does that mean? What is this person talking about? Well, who knows? But if it isn't true, then why won't I just deny it? Why won't I come out and issue a simple clarification and explain that I am not a Nazi stage designer and I did not mean to post an invisible swastika? And if I won't do that, then doesn't that just prove that I am a Nazi? I mean, after all, if you throw a witch in the lake and she doesn't drown, it proves that she's a witch. And if she does drown, well, serves her right. She was probably a witch. Meanwhile, James Lindsay, a supposedly right-of-center commentator, over the course of a couple of days, tweeted dozens of times about my alleged swastika tweet over the course of those days, insisting that I must delete it and explain myself. And by the way, again, this is someone on the right, supposedly, who is really against cancel culture. And yet he's really concerned about this, and he needs me to delete it and explain myself. And many of his followers, also supposedly right of center, including those who professed that they were big fans and big supporters of mine, agreed and said that I have to delete it and clarify that I'm not, in fact, a Nazi. Because, of course, that's the kind of thing that a big supporter would want you to do. So, in summary, we have now hundreds of posts across 4 major platforms with thousands of comments and thousands of engagements between them, all agreeing that I posted a swastika and I did it on purpose, and I am a filthy Nazi, and nobody should associate themselves with me. That is, unless I delete the post and explain myself and clarify and disavow and apologize. I mean, it's just one little struggle session. That's all. It's worth it, isn't it? To prove I'm not a Nazi. So that's the story of the last few days. But so far, I've only relayed the story as it happened. I haven't actually, as you probably noticed, clarified my own position or explained whether I am a Nazi or apologized or disavowed anyone or anything. I haven't even deleted the tweet. It's still up right now. I haven't done any of that yet, and I'm not ever going to. Now, I've already made this clear on X, but since this is a multi-platform fake controversy, I'll say it here as well. To any of the smear merchants on any side of the aisle from any faction who have been spreading this story and demanding that I issue a statement, here is my statement to you. I apologize for nothing. I owe you nothing. I will not clarify anything for you or explain anything to you. I know what you're doing. I know the game you're playing. And if on some incredibly obscure chance any of you are sincerely offended or hurt or outraged or concerned, I don't care. Your feelings are your problem. I don't give a damn about them or you. I decline to take part in this struggle session, and I have nothing but contempt for anyone trying to drag me into it. The only truly aggrieved party here is me. I am the one being defamed and smeared across the internet by a bunch of gutless worms like yourselves. So you should be apologizing to me. The only person owed an apology is me. You should be issuing a statement to me to clarify and explain why you've decided to behave like a bunch of blood-sucking leeches instead of human beings. That's the statement I'm waiting for. But I won't hold my breath. And I hope you don't hold your breath waiting for me to say what you want me to say or do what you want me to say, because you will be dead before that happens. I am not your circus monkey. I'm not going to dance for you because you yell at me or throw me a treat. I will say whatever I want to say when I want to say it, and I will do what I want to do when I want to do it. That is all the explanation you are ever going to get. And it's still a hell of a lot more than you deserve. So in conclusion, piss off, you ridiculous, lying, soulless frauds. And also, of course, needless to say, you are today canceled. If you'd like to see what else I have to say, you can access my full show by going to dailywire.com or by going to the Matt Walsh Show Twitter page. Hope to see you there. Godspeed.